I'm Bill Wilt of Assured Research. Thanks so much for joining this quick hit video where we focus on one research note drawn from our March 2025 Assured briefing, and we're happy to share it with you. If you're a subscriber to our work, thank you, and we hope you enjoyed this video and our ongoing research. If you're not a subscriber but you enjoy this, there's plenty of other content at our YouTube site. And we'd encourage you to poke around, reach out, and try a free trial to our work. So the topic of the day is the single state affiliated versus unaffiliated companies, and kind of taking a broad measure of their financial results. So if you'll bear with me while I share the screen, I will show you what we've done, and I think you might find it interesting. I know it's I was a bit surprised, truthfully, at the results. So let's see here. Okay, good. So good. What have we done? The question that we wanted to ask. Well, let me set the stage here. The idea that companies, broad national companies or regional companies, might set up a single state affiliate in one particular state, whether it's a cap-prone state or a state with what's perceived to be a difficult regulatory environment. That's not new. That's companies have been doing that for decades. I certainly came across it, in the early '90s after Hurricane Andrew. So that's a standard page in the corporate risk management playbook. But the question that we wanted to ask is there compelling evidence that affiliated versus unaffiliated single state companies have meaningfully different financial results? Is there compelling evidence, at least based on what is admittedly here a cursory observation? Is there compelling evidence that they're managed differently? And the answer, which I thought was a bit surprising, is no, they're not. I mean, it's I think a fundamentally good result. They pursued this, of course, because of the wildfires in Los Angeles and the troubles that are kind of unfolding now in California with some companies. But it's not unique to California. Plenty of other states, Florida being one of them, have had issues over the decades, recent years, with single state companies. And it's something that comes up occasionally. So here's what we did. We sorted S&P Global data. We found 92 unaffiliated single state companies. And I think I defined the single state as like maybe 95 or even 98% of premium in one state. So 92 unaffiliated single state companies, 8 billion of premiums, 145 affiliated single state companies writing 56 billion. Together, that's maybe 6 or 7% of industry premiums. What you're looking at here is on the left, unaffiliated, on the right, affiliated returns on surplus over the last 10 years with data through year end 2023. The scales are intentionally the same. And if you look at this and say, gee, they don't look that different, that's the point. They really don't look that different. The returns on surplus. It's important here to consider the variability, which is why we use these box and whisker charts as opposed to just looking at the means or the medians, because you are concerned about the outliers, whether they're particularly high returns on surplus or more likely or a greater concern low returns on surplus. But the reality is, not a lot of difference. The unaffiliated companies have slightly higher returns on surplus, but with slightly greater variability. It's not obvious, but when you get into the data, it that's what it bears out. Conversely, the affiliated companies, slightly lower return on surplus, slightly less variability. When we look at the combined ratios, it's broadly the same. It's probably one of the key driver of the returns on surplus. So the unaffiliated have better, that is lower combined ratios, but with somewhat more variability. And then on the right hand side, the affiliated companies, slightly higher combined ratios, slightly less variability. You kind of get there when you just take a step back and look at the graphs. So So interesting, and probably broadly, something that should make insurance professionals feel fairly good. There's not a meaningful difference, at least at this high level, between the results, and perhaps one could then assume the way companies are managed, single state affiliated versus single state unaffiliated. Not meant to be a blanket statement. There clearly can be exceptions, and I think this work, perhaps with the help of people who have watched this and want to weigh in, there's more that could be done. I think it'd be interesting to look at the reinsurance behavior of the two groups. Presumably, those could be quite different, one would think. The dividend paying capacity or history of particularly the affiliated companies, one would think that's something that could be interesting or revealing as well. So more to be done. 2024 data is just around the corner as this is recorded. So we may come back to this, but hope you enjoyed that, got something out of it. And if you'd like to learn more about our work, reach out, and we are always happy, as I've said before, to put folks on a trial to our work. So thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your day.